Call this first meeting of the House Standing Committee on Banking and Insurance to order. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Representative All.
Here.
Representative Bauman. Representative Bray. Representative Camuel.
Here.
Representative Klons.
Here.
Representative Duval.
Here.
Representative Gooch. Here. Representative Gordon. Representative Grossberg. Representative Hampton. Representative Hancock. Representative Heverin. Representative Lewis.
Here.
Representative McPherson. Representative Rudy. Representative Smith. Here. Vice Chair Lockett. Vice Chair Pollock.
Here.
Chair Meredith.
Yes, ma'am. We do have a quorum and are duly constituted to do business. We are going to pass over House Bill 164 today. We are waiting on a document on it to get back to us. So we will start with House Bill 176. Representative Moser, if you and your folks would come to the table, identify yourself for the record, and then you may proceed with your testimony.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman and committee, for having us today. I appreciate the opportunity to discuss House Bill 176 with you. This is an issue that is probably very familiar to most members of the committee. We're going to talk about prior authorization, and what we want to do is put a framework in place that allows insurers to dictate the terms of what this prior authorization exemption for certain providers looks like. As you know, prior authorization is a burdensome process that requires healthcare providers to ask for permission to treat a patient. It is costly, it's time intensive, it's a layer of bureaucracy that we seek to provide relief from for patients and healthcare providers. And excuse me, I failed to introduce myself for the record. I am Kim Mosier, State Representative of the 64th District, and I'll allow my guests to introduce themselves in a minute. But this bill ensures that a gold carding or an exemption program is put in place. This is agreed upon language with our insurer friends, and it's the product of work, of 5 years of work. Now, to put this in place, we have included behavioral health providers. We are streamlining the prior authorization process, and we're simply making it easier for Kentuckians to access the care which is prescribed for them from their healthcare provider. It alleviates any dangerous and unnecessary delays in getting the care that they need while they wait for an approval from insurance providers. So I said that it requires the creation of a framework for insurers to put in place. Providers must qualify for an exemption by meeting certain conditions, and it's only for allowable health services, certain services. It excludes prescription drugs and is permissive, though, if insurers want to include that to be competitive. It's their choice. Again, insurers set the terms of the exemption program. It does require the Commissioner of the Department of Insurance to promulgate an annual report on prior authorizations. It exempts, it does not affect Medicaid right now, but we do also require a report from DMS just on prior authorizations. We want to know how many are being requested and how many are being provided. So in a nutshell, that is the bill. I am happy to answer any questions, and I'll hand it over to my guests to introduce themselves and be available also for questions.
I have a motion from Representative Bray, a second from Representative Lewis. I do have a question, I believe. Do we want to go with questions right now?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Okay. Representative All.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Representative Mosier, I want to commend you again. I know you've worked on this piece of legislation for many, many years, and thank you for bringing it back to this committee. I just have one question. I believe in here it says is the 93%, is that the affordable way to get the gold card or the carryover? My only question is that commensurate with what other states are doing? Is that the standard throughout the country? Is that what we're seeing in other places?
Well, I'll let Corey maybe answer that, but this is a Kentucky-specific bill. This is something that the insurers agreed upon. We negotiated down from a much higher rate and felt like this was a good middle ground. Corey, do you want to?
For the record, Corey Meadows, Deputy Executive Vice President, Kentucky Medical Association. To answer your question, yes, it is commiserate, not only with what other states are doing, it also helps fit current gold carding programs that insurers currently are operating. It helps kind of fit those in without disrupting currently existing programs. And I think the beauty of the 93% is, if you'll notice, that it allows insurers, if they so choose, to actually go below 93% if they want to, as maybe a competitive advantage with their competitors in the market. If they want to set it at 85% in order to get a gold card, they have the ability to do that. So that's why we did it that way. But to answer your question directly, yeah, it is commensurate with other states and with what insurers are currently doing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Don't see any other questions. We do have a motion and a second on the bill. Proceed with the vote. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Representative All,
Aye.
Representative Bauman, Representative Bray, Representative Camiel,
Yes.
Representative Klein's,
Yes.
Representative Duval,
Yes.
Representative Gooch,
Yes.
Representative Gordon, Representative Gersberg,
Aye, and please record my attendance.
Representative Hampton, Representative Hancock, Representative Heverin,
Yes.
Representative Lewis,
Yes.
Representative Lockett,
Yes.
Representative McPherson, Representative Pollock,
Yes.
Representative Rudy, Representative Smith, Chair Meredith.
Yes. Bill does pass with favorable expression. Same shit on the House floor. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all of your work and your help with this. Thank you.
I neglected, Representative All, you did have a guest you wanted to introduce as well.
I do. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have with me today Miss Ava Ottman. Ava, if you could wave for the committee, that'd be appreciated. Ava is here with me today as my shadow for the day. She's a 12-year-old there in Fayette County Public Schools, 7th grader at Bryan Station Middle School in the Spanish Immersion program. She loves to play trumpet, and she loves rock and roll music. And when she grows up, she either wants to be a part of be a school nurse and be the school band director, or she might just be in a rock and roll band. So we'll have to see. So thanks for joining us today, Ava. If the committee would make her feel welcome.
Do any other members have guests? All right. At this time, Representative Lockett, would you take the chair, please?
All right, next up on the agenda is House Bill 184. Chairman Meredith at the table, if you would. Go ahead and introduce yourself again and your guest, and you may proceed with your testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. House Bill 184 is a pretty simple bill. It is a NCOIL National Model Act that passed in Chicago at the summer meeting related to health savings account qualified insurance plans. There are sometimes conflicts that are created between IRS policy on those and mandates and cost sharing that we pass in the states. This will just create a safe harbor in those instances so it does not disqualify those plans at the federal level under the IRS code.
We have a motion and a second on the bill, a motion by Representative Lewis and a second by Representative Heverin. Are there any questions on the bill? committee members? All right, seeing none, please call the roll.
Representative All,
Aye.
Representative Bauman, Representative Bray, Representative Camuel,
Yes.
Representative Kleins,
Yes.
Representative Duval,
Yes.
Representative Gooch, Representative Gordon, Representative Grossberg,
Aye.
Representative Hampton, Representative Hancock, Representative Heverin, Representative Lewis,
Yes.
Representative Lockett,
Yes.
Representative McPherson, Representative Pollock,
Yes.
Representative Rudy, Representative Smith, Chair Meredith.
Yes.
All right, the ayes have it. House Bill 184 does pass with a favorable expression. So should on the House floor. Next up, House Bill 265. Representative Meredith again. If you would, please introduce your guest and then proceed with your testimony.
Have with me today Sean Arm from the Kentucky Department of Insurance. House Bill 265 is a priority of the department. What the bill does is it has two sections. One is it allows workers' compensation self-insured pools to have a wind down and a dissolution process under the law if that needs to happen. So it creates that. The second section of the bill, though, is the other important part, and what it does is it says we will not authorize any more of those workers' compensation self-insured pools in the Commonwealth. We have had some problems with some of those. Does not do anything to any of the existing ones, does not force them to make any moves, but again, does allow for dissolution and creates that process, and it would not create any new ones under this statute.
We have multiple motions on the bill. I think we'll give that to Representative Frazier Gordon, I believe, and second, I believe, was Representative Heverin again. That's right. That's right. Would you like to proceed?
I have a motion and a second. I will be glad for a vote.
It's a smart man. Smart man. Any questions on this bill? Representative Gooch.
Maybe I don't really totally understand this bill, but what we're saying is that maybe association group plans or whatever are not going to be allowed into the future.
We would not create any new ones. Anyone that is existing and operating currently can continue to operate as they are, but we will not authorize any new ones in the future.
Okay, I've had some that I've as an agent have been involved with, may be specific to a certain industry or whatever, who had problems getting, finding insurance somewhere else, and I hadn't seen any real problems with those. Can you give me an example of a problem that you may have had?
I will let Sean speak for the department on that, but however, we have had a couple of fairly large ones that have got near failure or to failure in the state over the years. Kisbet probably being the biggest one.
Yeah, Kisbet, AIK, the Kentucky Coal Producers, those were self-insured workers' comp funds we had to put into receivership. Then we had to make allowances for those claims that were still going on in the future because workers' comp claims have a long tail.
Okay, so most of those have been because of solvency issues. They did not have enough money in escrow or whatever. It seems like there's ways to prevent that from happening. You could see that they don't have the reserves they once had, or they don't have money in escrow to cover possibly future claims. I do understand the tail issue, for some of these things that are probably occurrence type policies, but looks like there were other ways we could monitor them without just saying, we're not going to have any more.
We were financially monitoring them, but our jurisdiction over these type plans is not as extensive as it is with a traditional workers' comp insurer. And so, they're allowed to do assessments on that, but we ran into some issues with some financial solvency on what we could regulate.
Okay, one final, Mr. Chairman, one final question. That's workers' comp, and I understand that, but does this also apply to health insurance?
It does not.
Okay, well, I was coming at it from different angles, so thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions from members? Okay. Seeing none, please call the roll.
Representative All,
Aye.
Representative Bauman, Representative Bray, Representative Camiel,
Yes.
Representative Kleins,
Yes.
Representative Duval,
Yes.
Representative Gooch,
Yes.
Representative Gordon, Representative Grossberg,
Aye.
Representative Hampton, Representative Hancock, Representative Heverin, Representative Lewis,
Yes.
Representative Lockett,
Yes.
Representative McPherson, Representative Pollock,
Yes.
Representative Rudy, Representative Smith, Chair Meredith.
Yes.
House Bill 265 does pass and should pass the same on the House floor. Mr. Chairman, do you have anything else for our committee today?
I did see a member just come in. He might want to register some votes.
Representative Bauman, would you like to register your attendance and some votes before we adjourn?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would, please. I would like to register a yes vote on all three bills.
Very good. We stand adjourned.